Oh my gosh. Here we go. It's What Had
Hey,
Happened Was
let's
with
go.
Katrina A. Johnson from Nickelodeon's All That and me, Jeffrey Emmett. Woohoo. Here we go. Here's the theme song. Woohoo. That is weird.
Hilarious.
Okay, sure. I mean, what's up, Katrina A. Johnson? How you been, sister? I feel like I haven't talked to you for the last hour on here while we were trying to upload things by ourselves like morons.
Yeah, how am I frustrated? I need there to be some vodka in this right now.
Mm, I understand. That was
hmm
definitely we. I had text Brian. I was like, "Hey, Brian, Katrina and I are gonna pre-tape, but what had happened was you want to
hmm
join us?" Because he was so excited that you filled in for what the
How we
hell's the
ended up
name of
this
it?
way.
Yeah, that show that we do on Monday nights.
hmm
Um, that he's like, "Oh, well, let me know if you guys do a show." He's like, oh,
And
he's like, I just got this. I'm like, we ain't even start yet because I told him like we're gonna do it in like 15 minutes. An hour later,
yeah.
like you should know by now, dude.
Yeah, well, listen. Anyone at home who is watching or listening, clearly Jeffrey and I are just here for looks. Don't
Well,
expect much else.
maybe you're here for the looks. I'm starting to look like the bag lady with the hoodies on and the wrinkles. Look at that. That's
It's
so
okay. That's why God made Botox.
no. Oh God, no. What's the point of getting Botox when you're this fat? Oh.
Well, if you don't want wrinkles, that's the point.
Mm. I know, but then look at this one eyebrow. I can't. I'm always looking at the screen and realize this eyebrow's higher than the other.
So Botox the other eyebrow,
Oh,
even them out.
it's
You
so
can say
frustrating.
this one's up like this, like, oh hey,
But
what's
I'm
up?
like, for
You
what
can
though?
like Botox the other one, and then you're like, oh hey, now I got two
I've
straight
passed the
eyebrows. What's
point.
up?
Like, I'm not trying to get in another relationship. I'm good. Like, I don't. Because compromise is not my thing. We didn't get to
Mm.
talk about that the other night. We didn't finish
Well,
that
I'm ready
conversation.
for it now.
Like, I'm compromising in a relationship. I mean, I'm fine. Like, you know what I mean? Compromising,
hmm
I think, is healthy. It's great. I'm all about it. I'm all for it.
hmm
However,
But wait, here we go.
I'm just not. I think a relationship in itself is a compromise. I'm just not willing to make. Like, I don't want a man. I don't want a woman. Maybe I want a woman. I don't know. I think maybe I get along better with women. You know what I mean?
Well, you definitely get along well with women.
Yeah. I always have
My
like
bestie for sure.
the
Yes.
best relationships, intimacy, whatever. It's always been with women. I'm like, I don't know
hmm
why I like to sleep with men more.
Well,
I
they
mean,
have the equipment you prefer.
right. Well, sleeping with women is fine and all. You know what I mean? It's fun. It's just not as fun as sleeping with men.
I mean, I tried it once in college. It wasn't for me.
Right? I mean, it's fun, right? But it's just not as fun as
Yeah, it
men.
was fun. It's just I just don't
Not for
need it.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
hmm
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
don't mind going to a strip club, but I want to look. I don't need to touch. It's
yeah.
like that.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't mind touching, but I'm just, like, I don't know. There's
You're
something
not
about
committal, but okay. So you say that you don't want to be in a relationship, but
no.
is that because you aren't willing to compromise, really? Or that's just where you are in life right now? That's not what you want.
I think my life is too complicated with the children.
Okay.
Um, I think I'm too busy. Like
hmm
we have so much going on.
Babysitting me.
You're right. Who's babysitting me? Come on, let's be serious.
Okay, well, so what if there was this Mr. Right out there who's beautiful and charming and loves kids and wants to be a radio husband? Would you be down?
I mean, I'll never say no, right? I think that's just kind of foolish, right? When you say
But you, for the most part, aren't focusing on that and
no.
have possibly moved on from that for now.
Yeah, like I'm not looking for it. You know what I mean? Like it's not in my wheelhouse. It's not something I'm actively seeking. It's not on my mind.
I think that's when you find it, though, when you're not looking.
I mean, you kind of got to leave the house for that, though.
That's true. Well, not really. We have the internet.
No.
And people can see you right now.
Yeah, with my
They can
my,
see you,
my
they can hear you,
uneven
they can all
shirt
the
and
things
my
you.
moobs, my man moobs,
Oh, I like that word, moves.
moobs,
Okay.
moobs.
So we were
Right.
talking about not wanting to compromise, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't see man boobs as a deal breaker.
Oh, it's such
I'm
a
willing
deal
to
breaker.
compromise. I'm willing to compromise on the man boobs.
No way. See, and
Yeah.
there was this whole subreddit. I was gonna do it on
Mhm.
that one show we did, but I was
Okay.
like, because that Monday show is a whole different breed. You know what I mean?
It's
Like we're
very
more
serious.
serious. We're not swear. We don't swear. I mean, we
Well,
do, but we don't swear as much. We're trying, you know what I mean?
mhm.
Because you and I are crazy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Since day one on this show, we're
Mhm.
nuts. You know what I mean? We'll talk about anything. And there was this whole subreddit on Reddit.
You don't say?
Yeah, where
I
it
think
was
that's how
like,
that works, yes.
wait, I've got it saved. I've got it saved. Let me see.
On man boobs? Is it on man boobs?
It
Just
wasn't man boobs, but it was kind of. It says it is perfectly acceptable to break up with someone if they gain a significant amount of weight and are no longer attractive to you. Pregnancy excluded for obvious reasons. And then it goes on. There's a whole bunch of, whatever to go with that. But the
okay.
comments were very, very interesting. Like they were, I think, pretty spread.
Was there an overall consensus, yay or nay?
No, there
All over
really
the map.
wasn't. It was pretty divided. A lot of people were talking about health reasons. Some people were like, well, you know what I mean? I have an active lifestyle, and somebody that's bigger is not going to be able to keep up with me, and that's going to affect my lifestyle.
Right, but
And
that would have already developed. I feel like if you are a marathon runner and your partner is a marathon couch potato, a marathon Netflixer, I don't think you're going to be together that long
well,
to
right.
see
And
the other
that's
person
what a
blow up
lot of people
anyway.
said. And then other people were bringing up, well, what if you're in a long term relationship and somebody puts on a bunch of weight? They're like, well, then you need to have a conversation.
Mhm.
And that kind of came up a lot about the long term relationships and people kind of gaining
Mhm.
weight in the long term relationship.
Your long-term goals together, but also, are
Yeah,
you that close anymore? Are you eating the same food? Are you going to the
right.
gym together? Like, I don't know, when I'm in a relationship with someone, we're usually kind of on the same page. We both work out. We both eat at the same places. We both drink the same amount. And, sometimes I can't keep up and I have to diet and cut myself off because, your girl has been packing them on these days. But that has never really been brought up to me by a partner. Hey, you're getting too big, or you're getting too lazy, or you're not working out enough. Where are we in this together long term? Because I usually check myself before anyone else has to.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I feel like if someone were to increasingly gain weight as my partner, I would encourage them to do outdoorsy activities and things with me that I'm already doing. Like,
Well,
I'm a pretty active
if
person.
you were doing those things,
Mhm.
yeah, of course, right? But if you're not, that's kind of an issue, right? It's such a complex thing, and that was the stuff that I didn't really see on that thread, right? Nobody was really dealing with the complex issues of
I like to work out
what was
5,
going
6
on.
days a week and do all of these sports, and my husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover doesn't. That wasn't an issue?
I mean, that was, yeah, but I mean, nobody really talked about like what was going on with the person that what was the weight gain cause? Like, was there a trigger?
It could be
Did,
anything. Yeah,
did
is it
something happen? Was there a
Mhm.
medical condition? And some people that did get bring up. Was there cancer? Was there a new medication? Like, and if there is a medication, like, does that get a pass?
It's my experience that cancer makes you lose a lot of weight, not gain.
Well, no, there's some cancer treatments you get huge from.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it was interesting, you know what I mean, and having my own experience with all this.
How did that ring true for you?
Well, and I can't even be mad about it, right? Because I'm not going to be with a fatty just because I'm that doesn't mean I'm going to partake, right? Like two fat people together is not a good idea. I was a big dude. He wasn't a big dude. We already broke your bed frame. You know what I'm saying?
You did. Okay, for
And
those
like,
of you who don't know
right?
this, when Jeffrey was on his
Yeah.
honeymoon, he came to stay with me in my guest room, and he and his hubby broke my bed. I heard kaboom. I was like, do they have earthquakes in Vegas? I don't think so. I don't know what that was. And then I heard laughing. I was like, oh, Jeffrey, damn it, what'd you do?
I hit the floor. Because it was the corner of the thing, and there was some gay Olympics going on.
Listen, that's how you know
felt,
it was a good honeymoon. Good for you. It's
well, that was the only
okay.
part, because we had I don't even want to. We can't call her what we called her anymore because it's so like not appropriate. The boss lady who was running us ragged, filming because we filmed a reality show together, with our old partner. And it was a very busy time. So the only time we got a break was in Vegas, and we had an awesome time. Yeah. And I fell off the bed, man, when the leg busted. Because we were in the corner doing some crazy things we probably shouldn't have been doing.
Doing that Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah. But even when I was thinner, like him and I, like we went through bed frames on a regular basis. Like it was weird.
Okay, so that's just the, price of doing business, if you will.
Right. But even, like you know what I mean? Like this was when I was normal weight.
Okay. Well, what's normal weight for you? Normal.
Like 200 pounds.
Okay, so 200 pounds.
600 or 6 foot, 6'1" dude.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So normal
for
average.
my frame, like I was a size like 34
So then,
waist.
when did you feel like big, or what did you think was viewed as too much?
Once I got above a 36.
I don't know what that means. Like a waist.
What waist?
I know waist.
Well,
but
really,
36 doesn't seem big to me for a 200-pound dude that's 6 foot something. That doesn't seem.
200 pounds is like a 34 for me. And then
I don't think 2 inches is huge. I don't think that's a lot of weight.
It wasn't, but I could squeeze into those 36s for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like I probably
you start wearing them real low. You got the
I should have probably been in a 40 and I was still squeezing into those 36s. You know what I'm saying? Those jeans were painted on.
Listen, let me tell you something. Yeah. Okay. I have in my closet everything from a 0 to an 8. Am I ever going to fit back in those zeros? No. Am I going to ever fit back in those 2s? Probably not.
My attic, I have clothes from 34 to 52.
Damn.
And since we've met in the 11 years, I've gone back and forth twice.
Me too. I went back and forth in quarantine. Up 30 pounds, down 35, up 35, down 30. And I just,
I say I'm the gay Kirstie Alley. You never know what size I'm going to be. You know what I mean?
I'm the blonde Oprah. Same.
Yeah.
But luckily for me, it hasn't affected my relationships much. My relationship with myself, yes. My relationship with the entertainment industry, yes. My relationship with the camera, with my self-esteem, with my business, yes. It has always affected that since I was, 10 years old. It's always been an issue of some sort. But I will say, luckily, the only area of my life I feel like it has never affected is my romantic relationships. But also, I tend to pick men I will not settle down unless they love me. And by the time I got them hooked, it's too late. There's no turning back.
Yes. You do have a type. You have a type, darling. I don't know if you knew this.
Yes, no, I do have a type. So I mean, I haven't had that issue, but I mean, I've had all other ones.
I can
But
think of a few.
I don't think I wouldn't leave someone if they had weight gain.
Well, I
But
think
then
if the relationship was healthy, you know what I mean, and you had a healthy relationship with the
mhm,
person, I think it's different, right? And in my
mhm,
marriage, we were not in a good place.
mhm. Well,
I was
and
not I wasn't happy with him, he wasn't happy with me, and then
right.
I
And
mean,
it's not
granted, I was
like
fat when we I was fat when we got married, right? And so a lot of people were
mhm,
like, "Well, why would he marry you if you were fat?" You know, if that was such a big issue.
if that wasn't what he wanted, then right.
Right, right. And I'm like, I don't, you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, I understand it. Like I get it. Like that really wasn't the upsetting part. You know what I mean? Like that I understood that. Like it was okay. Like I could have
So
done
what
something about it and I
was the
didn't.
upsetting part for you?
The money, the life, you know what I mean? Like we built this
You
stuff. We
built
had foster
so
kids, we
much.
had
Yeah.
businesses, we had all
Yeah,
this
you
stuff
had
that
the white picket fence. You
it
had
wasn't even that. Like, but there was just so much that we worked for
Mhm.
that was like really,
Yeah,
really
how are you going to
like you
build
couldn't
a
have just
business
waited.
together, get 3 kids that you've raised,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
also
yeah.
have a big beautiful home and this whole life together and a marriage? You weren't just living together, you were married. How are you going
Well,
to do all of that together and then just all of a sudden one day go, I changed my mind.
I mean, honestly though, like I had already called a divorce lawyer at that point. But then like I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Like get my head out of my ass. You know what I mean? Go
Mhm.
fix things.
So,
So I mean, the both of us were like on that. You know what I mean? Like it was
but you
that
think
thing.
it was about was weight a big reason?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yep. It
Then
was.
I mean, I don't understand. Did he ever try to get you to live a healthier lifestyle?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, 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 yeah. Like years
okay.
before. So we started going to the
Years
gym
before.
together. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Before we got married, it did come up. And so we started going to the gym together. And but I had the daycare, right? So I had crazy
Mhm.
schedules. So the only time we could go was at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, geez.
Right. So that lasted all of like a week. And
Yeah.
then within a week, he was like, I'm not going. And
Uh,
I like, okay, thanks.
right.
You know, and the next thing you know, he's
Mhm.
walking in the door, he's got ice cream, he's got Doritos, and it's
So
like,
I was gonna say,
what are you doing?
it's
What are
not
you doing?
fair.
You know what I mean? Like, and it wasn't like
Mhm.
that, okay. It was just like, are you purposely trying to like,
Sabotage
yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
my
and
goals.
it was the way that it felt to me. Like,
Mhm.
you won't get up to go to the gym, like you won't do these things, but you
Mhm.
like, why are you here? You know what I mean? Like, you can go. And then, like, you know, he wanted to go in the Air Force. Okay, well, you go. Because this is before, like, the gays were no, 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 and
Mhm.
the Air Force kind of thing, you know? You go have fun. You go do that. Bye. See ya. I'm not playing that game. Like, you can't be gay in the military back then. Gays couldn't even get married at that point. You go have fun. You know, go live your life. Go do what you want to do. Oh, and then I got blamed that like got thrown in my face years later. Like, girl,
That he couldn't join the
yeah,
military?
that I kept like, no, you had a choice. You made a choice.
Right.
Just like I chose not to go travel the country with Karen doing the conventions and
Mhm.
booking all them and Catherine
You could have been with
because he
all
didn't
the Power
right
Rangers.
because he didn't like it. He didn't like me going all over the place, and I made that choice. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like that was my choice. I can't
So
blame him
that
for it.
was your compromise for the
Right,
greater good of the
right,
relationship.
right. Like
But
I chose him,
there wasn't an equal
but I
sort of
never threw it in
compromise on
his
the other
face
side.
either.
Hmm.
So I mean, but it wasn't a healthy marriage. So I think when you're at that place, when the two of you are not in a good thing,
Mhm.
and you know what I mean, you're just not attracted to each other. I think it's easy to just be like, no, and just bounce out. The deuces.
I mean, I don't think it's easy. Maybe easier than trying to fix it, but I mean, I don't think there is any easy at that point.
I mean, it wasn't easy. I don't think for him. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that.
I mean, I think it was easier for him than for you. You were left with all of the
Well,
responsibility.
yeah, I mean, I
You were
was
left
left with
holding
all
the
the
bag.
baggage. Like, yeah, I mean, I got stuck in like the remnants of everything, and dude went off and started a new, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, of course, it was more difficult for me, and it was very frustrating, but it was all right. You know, I mean,
Well, do you think
there was a
that?
lesson I needed to learn and all that.
Well, do you think that lesson is now holding you back from finding your next partner in your next chapter?
No, because one of the things I learned through all that was I am a difficult person. You know, like I'm a demanding person. Like if you can't go to the grocery store after 5 years and know the onion powder and the brand we get, you know what I'm saying, or the whatever spice it is,
Quit being useless. Get it together.
it's not the dude for me. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff means. And it was like when we interviewed Jenny Pentland,
Yes.
and
Oh,
she's like,
that's
"I'd
coming in my
rather
head
have
right now.
somebody that knows my Taco Bell order
Then bring me flowers.
flowers." And I'm like, that was, you know what I mean? And that wasn't the relationship I had. This dude did not know, you know, and that was something that was like my
But I gotta
childhood.
say, honestly, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum with that. I'll buy my own fucking Taco Bell. You buy the flowers. And I don't even know my Taco Bell order. Taco Bell
Right.
tastes like you're
Well,
eating a
I
paper
mean,
towel.
it's just
I
you know,
get the
it's just
point, but
but even just knowing like what flower that I like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's paying attention and hearing, you know what I mean? Having somebody understanding you and knowing the things that you like and the things that you
well,
want.
but you married a beautiful fuck boy.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not an idiot.
I mean, that's kind of
It
just
was
what I
fun for a
that,
while
that
until
he
it
was
wasn't.
beautiful. This
You
is
know what I
like
mean?
this is what I tell
In
all my
stand-up, I'm
friends.
like, you know what? It's great to fuck one of the pretty ones until you wake up in the morning and they go to open their mouth and then you just want to fucking chew your arm off.
Yeah.
It's like the reverse Coyote Ugly. It's not because they're ugly, but it's because they open their mouth and they're talking and you're like, oh my God,
I
please
could
shut
just
the
see
fuck up.
I could see you in bed, Jeffrey, waking up and you're like, let me out.
Like, you know what I mean? And you could
Except
you could train rocks to suck dick quicker. You know what I mean? Like,
no, that would
what?
hurt. But
Oh.
like, not only did you then have to have a conversation, but then you also had to feed him. You had to like dress him. You had
Teach
to
him how to clean a toilet. You know, yeah, you had to do all the things. All the
yeah,
things.
no, I don't go for the pretty ones. I go for the ones that
He
love.
really wasn't that bad. You know, he
me.
was fine. He was fine. It just wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me. He was a fine dude.
But if there were a pretty one
Mm.
that loves your kids and fully supports your podcast aspirations, are you saying it would be a no?
No, I mean, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no to anything. I'm open to wherever the universe goes, but I just
Not looking for it.
it
Not
would
a top
have to
priority.
be something that really entertain me, you know, like I want to be
Like what kind of
entertained.
entertain? Like
I want somebody that entertains me. I want somebody that makes me laugh, you
okay,
know?
well that's gonna be hard for you because you're the entertainer.
No, I'm really not.
Yes,
Not at
you are the
home. Not at
entertainer. You're the
home.
funny one. You have the big
Not at
personality.
home. No, come on.
Uh,
You know me in real life. I'm quiet. I'm not like nutty. I
No,
mean, I can be.
he's a freaking nut. He's a nut.
Well,
He's
yeah,
a
I'm
nut.
not, but
He makes me laugh. He's wild. He's hilarious. No, I mean, not everyone is on all the time, but I find that in my relationships, I'm usually the loud one, and my, whoever my friends are usually not as loud, not as crazy. And that's fine. I'm drawn to, my opposites. And I think
all
that
your
when you
friends that
are
I've ever met are pretty fucking loud, bitch.
okay, but not as loud. I said not as loud.
I don't know.
All right. Well, tell you
Maybe
what.
Daisy?
Exactly. Daisy is my yang. She's sweet, innocent, nice, wholesome, good,
If you don't know who
amazing.
Daisy is, you can go back and listen to episodes of Chick Chat on Blog Talk Radio / uncensored radio. And
Yeah,
you
check
can
out
find out who
Daisy.
Daisy
She's
is.
my bestie from childhood. I love her. But yeah, see, that's a perfect example. Thank you. Exactly. I'm out here roaming these streets, and Daisy's been married for 14 years.
I know, and she has a kid. How crazy is that? Like, what are
Yeah.
in the 11 years that we did this, I got married and
Hmm.
divorced. Karen got married. I had kids. Daisy got married and has kids.
Kid.
Kid.
Hmm.
Life has changed so much from all of us, And
Not
then,
for me, kids. Not for me.
well, you're in LA now. You're not in Vegas
Well, okay,
anymore.
I've changed locations. That's about it.
That's something. Jake is divorced, not remarried, but he has a kid,
Resettled.
resettled with a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Petlin has a kid. Ladies and gentlemen, that's scary.
Ladies
I
and
say that
gentlemen,
with
he's
love.
fertile.
Who knew?
I think a lot of Los Angeles, actually. Just kidding, Jake. We love you.
And if you don't know who Jake is, you can also go on our YouTube page and you can check out volume 1 of the Jake Petlin show.
Yeah. If you want to think, you just listen to some Jake.
If you like controversial radio, like Howard Stern used to be, or maybe like Joe Rogan is today, the Jake Petlin show is for you. Because
we have a whole lot of those episodes, so check them out.
Yeah, Jake, do you remember oh my God, when we had that chick, she got the ride shut down at Disneyland. It was Peggy Howell. She was from the National Advancement of Fat People.
Oh God, yes.
You remember that?
Yeah,
I
got in big trouble. They boycotted. I got in trouble for that because I said Peggy and National Advancement of Fat People, NAFTA. I said, look, straight up, if your ass is wider than 18 inches, get a measuring tape. If your ass is wider than 18 inches, bro, you gotta buy 2 seats on an airplane. If the seat is 18 inches and you're wider than 18 inches, don't be a dick. Don't sit on me. Don't sweat on me. Buy a second seat. Ain't no shame in the game. Just buy a seat. You don't fit. What to do? So, yes, I was in a brawl with Peggy because I said that. And she and all of her friends were boycotting me. They were mad at the show. They were calling in. It was some drama.
So you were on Jake's show. You had to be
on Jake? This was on our show.
She called into ours too?
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't even remember.
And the people, all of her people, not just her homies.
Yeah, it was wild because she got that. It was like and it wasn't even it was her and some dude. They got the ride shut down at Disneyland, and it was just about teaching kids to eat healthy, but they said it shamed fat people. What kind of crazy witchery is this? Like tomfoolery. Tomfoolery is what it is because it's teaching kids to eat healthy. It's shaming fat people.
Well, can I just say the irony of this, because it's not like Disneyland offers any healthy food options. Come on. You got chocolate covered bananas. You got, what are those cakes with the fried everything? Come on, funnel cakes. Corn dogs, hot dogs. It's not like they have any healthy food at Disneyland. So
never had a funnel cake. Never had a, what did you say? What was the other thing? I've never had a corn dog.
What?
Mm-mm.
Girl.
Mm-mm. No. I don't like that kind of crap.
Well, I was going to say I'll show you the light when you get out here this fall. But if you don't like it, then you don't like it.
I just can't assume. Who wants a wiener in like a...
I do.
No.
Me.
I mean, yeah.
I also have a hat from Wiener Schnitzel. It said "I heart wieners."
Well, we also have a T-shirt. If you go to uncensoredradio.shop, we have one that says "I love Strangerwood." And
love
that's
that as well.
Cat Johnson approved.
Mm-hmm. If you buy one, I'll wear mine at the same time and we can be twinning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So uncensoredradio.shop. You can go buy all our merch. There's pictures of Cat on there. And we just have regular naughty photos. You know what I mean? We have Cat's favorite one because it was based on Luke. Says I fuck on the first date. And then Luke's other one that I made for him was I'm a power bottom.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. That's intense.
Yes, yeah. Then there's like Sundays is for sex and cuddles. And then what's the sugar daddy one?
Well, there's
I don't even
also
remember
you
what
can
it says now.
buy one of these.
That's not on there. That one's not available anymore. There's new ones on there, but that one's not. That's retired now. Got to get it while it's hot.
Well, get it while you can.
Yeah, so there's naughty t-shirts on there if you don't want stuff with our faces on it or our little cartoons.
How many quarters? That's my jam.
Oh, yeah. How many quarters? Uh-huh. Lots of stuff. So yeah, uncensoredradio.shop. Go check it out. Share it with your friends.
Yeah, and if you put your champagne in here, people won't know.
Speaking of champagne, kidding.
Yes.
I heard there was some craziness going on.
There is. Should we show the people?
Let me pull up this article.
Okay. All right. I don't know if any of you at home are planning on going to Europe, but if you are, maybe pay very close attention to whatever champagne you are consuming, because Moet Iced Imperial has been recalled all over Europe. The 3-liter bottle, which is like, super duper magnum. But they have been recalled for suspicion of contamination of ecstasy. So what happened is...
I mean, how does that happen?
People supposedly emptied out all of the champagne and filled it with liquid ecstasy. The entire bottle is all ecstasy. So I'm just saying, actually, where can I buy this bottle?
Right. I mean, I've never...
Ecstasy, a whole bottle? Like, that must be worth $1 million. I don't know the street value of that, but I mean, it's got to be absurd.
Like, who would fill it up and then sell it? Like for...
it's online retailers. So you can't get it
from
factory direct.
What is the price?
Well, yeah, girl. As you know, I am a champagne connoisseur, and your girl here has been seen drinking this very bottle of Moet Iced all over Europe. And
Ice in the cave.
Yeah, well, that little tidbit, yeah, that was me in Greece, in Mykonos, in a cave, my own little cave. That's why there's no clothes. And I'm drinking that same bottle, the Moet Iced, and I'm just in my own cave doing my thing, yeah, right there. Well, they'll serve you, your breakfast just floating around, and that's the bottle right there. It depends on where you buy it, but you can get one for $125, $150 a bottle. But that's just the regular size. The ones that are contaminated are 3 liters. So that's, I don't know, way more.
What's this?
Oh, that's doing bottle service in the club. And that is another bottle of Moet Iced with yours truly.
But you didn't get no ecstasy with it, huh?
I didn't get any drugs with mine. Probably because I bought some of them in the US and took them with me because I didn't know if I could find it there, but you can find it everywhere.
Okay, never have I ever, Katrina A. Johnson, done ecstasy.
Well, what happened was there was this time in college, and I tried it, and I said to myself, this is way too good. You can never do this again. Yeah, let me tell you something. I tried it, and I thought it was really good. And I said, oh, oh, this is why people like this. This is why people have problems. This is way too good.
Mm.
I felt like I loved everyone. Everybody was beautiful. And then my skin felt so good. My hair felt so good. I felt like a puppy that just wanted to be pet. And I felt like there was this like full body orgasm going on, like all the time. Yeah. It was way too good. Had to cut myself off. Can't do that again. And
So you've
then
only done it once.
yeah, but I went to Ibiza. And I was at the like end of the summer parties with all the most famous DJs in the world. Like, I don't know, Oakenfold is there and Tiesto. And I don't know, all the cool people were there. And I was like, like Paris Hilton back in the day when everybody cool was there, being crazy, doing all the things. I was like, I think that's what that was created for. That.
Probably.
And I didn't do it, but I thought about it.
You should have. You should have. It's so. I'm like, I
But
can't
listen,
regret that I didn't try it.
where is our disclaimer?
Of course you would to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, kids. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everything is to be considered allegedly until otherwise proven.
Also,
it's called comedy, people.
Mm-hmm. And the views and points expressed here are not the opinion of Uncensored Radio. They're merely the ramblings of Katrina Johnson and Jeffrey Emmett.
Just saying.
We are not encouraging anyone to do drugs.
No.
But if you did, I hope it would be in a bottle of champagne that you bought and didn't have to pay all the big money for it. And then you just got a little extra, woo, which bubbles.
But you would think, like, if you didn't know and you took you drank a glass, you'd die, right?
I get drug tested at work.
You'd think it would kill somebody.
If I lived to tell the story, I wouldn't have a job to come back to. I mean, obviously here at Uncensored Radio, we don't do a whole lot of drug testing or IQ testing, but if any of us have other jobs, I get heavily tested there, so that would not be good.
Hey, we had quadruple the listeners in 7 days. Okay, we're making our 10 cents this month. Don't be hating. We're making our 10 cents.
That's right. So this is technically a job.
That's right. We made 10 cents.
Yeah, but no, I mean, can you imagine if you had any other health complications and then somebody slips you a full bottle of drugs? Oh my gosh. You'd have a heart attack. You'd have all kind of crazy problems.
I think it would kill somebody. I mean, to have like a whole glass of like liquid, if it was pure ecstasy, I would assume it would.
Right. And what would it taste like?
Probably
I want to know what it tastes like. Well, I mean, because if you're one of those drunk people at the club and you're already hammered and you're like,
oh yeah, you're not gonna know, right? I mean, that's
and someone gives you this thing, like you're not gonna realize what you're having. That would be scary.
No, that would be Luke.
I'm intrigued.
You'd be dead. Just saying. Just kidding. We love you. I'm not kidding.
So kids, if you're out in Europe, be careful.
Yeah. What was that movie? You remember that movie where they all went to Europe? They were younger kids.
Euro trip?
And they all like, oh yeah, isn't that what it is, right? Where Scotty doesn't know.
I don't know.
And they all did like absinthe or something and they all go nuts.
Oh, okay. Now absinthe I have done recently. So, would you like to hear?
Well, give us the tea, Mary.
Okay. So first time I ever did absinthe. I'm in Amsterdam where they have the real deal. So apparently in the United States, their absinthe is an alcohol that is super, super strong, like moonshine, like over 100 proof. So there are only a few places in the United States that offer it, but the chemical in it that is supposed to make it special, that makes it an experience, is wormwood. And that is supposed to make you hallucinate, right? Like say how marijuana has THC, but CBD does not. So the American version is like CBD. There's none of the fun chemical that makes you hallucinate, right?
Oh, so
well, all over Europe, there is the fun chemical that makes you hallucinate, but it's illegal here. So I'm in Amsterdam, and I want to say I'm 22. I'm young and dumb. Maybe full of cum. Who knows? But I am deserted by my peoples, so I'm all alone. And I find this like downstairs little speakeasy little thing, and I love speakeasies. I think it's super cool. I go down there.
Yeah.
I make friends with some kids from Georgia, and I'm like, "Oh,
Georgia?
you're American. I'm American. That's cool. Oh, hey, peaches." And we're having a good time. I order the special of the house, which is absinthe. So they bring me this shot glass with a little metal spoon with a little design, and the metal spoon is flat. And then there's little holes in it. They put a sugar cube on top of the spoon, and then they bring this machine that goes drip, 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 drip. It's dripping water onto the sugar cube, which is dripping sugar water into my shot, which is bright neon green. I don't think anything of it. I'm like, cool. It's an experience. I'll take it. Whoop, all the way down. I don't sip it. I just down the hatch. And then, my little buddies are doing it. Everybody's doing it at the bar. It seems totally fine. I'm a college kid at the time. I'm like, oh, I can handle more than one shot. I'm good. I'm a shot expert. I'm a college student. I'm super
crazy.
good. Yes, in another country by myself. It's a genius move. Don't try this at home. So I have 2 more.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've had 3 at this point, and they're like 125 proof. It's insane. What was that like having 6 martinis? I don't know. It's a lot. So I am looking around, and things are a little blurry, and I think things are kind of foggy. And then I see this like guy, and he is, I see this guy. He's like a big, tall, like large man. He's African American, and he's dressed in metal, and he looks like a human, like a transformer, like Bumblebee in the movie Transformers. Like he looks like RoboCop. He has like a mohawk, and he's wearing all this metal stuff, like metal armor. And I was like, what is RoboCop doing here? That's weird. And then I was like, wait a minute, you're hallucinating. You got to get the hell out of here. You are hallucinating. It is working. What everybody said is true. Get out of here. Go to your hotel. Don't pass go. Take a flashlight. Be careful. I walk home. I ask the police if I'm going the right way and am I safe? Is it okay? They're like,
it's legal there, so
over there. It's there. Everything's legal there. They don't care.
Right.
So I get to my hotel. I go to bed. I try to sleep it off. I try and drink a lot of water before bed. I wake up in the morning and I look at my camera. Now, this is an old school camera, one of those, not like a temporary camera, like one of those little Polaroid plasticky ones. I go home, get the film developed, and I realize I wasn't hallucinating. There was a dude there dressed like freaking RoboCop. And I thought I was crazy. And I was crazy, but it was foggy. It was smoky. And there was a dude dressed like RoboCop. I wasn't out of my mind, but I was. It's foggy. It's a good time. I recently found some in a bar in Prague. And some friends of mine went, and we had a blast. I got all the girls hammered. We had some cotton candy with the absinthe in it, and I brought a bottle home. And now we celebrate good times. Come on. Mm-hmm. So, Jeffrey, if you ever come to my house, it's on and cracking.
Only if it's the real deal.
It's the real deal.
Mm-hmm. Girl.
Brought it in myself. Let's see if you see RoboCop.
I'm gonna text Lidge and see what time she can get here. It's gonna take me about 30 hours to drive. I'll be right over.
Sounds like a party.
Hey girl, hey.
Right. I'm all about legal things. Yeah. That's legal. It's cool.
Be afraid. I've never done anything like that. I've always been too afraid, like shrooms or acid, like all my
Yeah,
friends.
no,
Like
no,
that.
I can't do any of that.
I
I'm too wimpy. I'm a control freak.
chair,
I
yeah,
ruin
yeah.
it for everybody. I can't.
I
Can't do
just did
that.
the normal things when I was younger. You know what I mean? I smoked a little weed. I snorted a little cocaine. I popped a few pain pills, a few muscle relaxers. You know what I mean? Normal
Have you
things that
ever had a
people did.
Quaalude?
Allegedly. No, and I'm so mad that I missed that. I'm
It's
telling
in
you, it
all the
sounds.
movies. It looks
Yeah,
like
it
those
looks
people
like
are having a good
everybody I know
time.
that's like of that generation. They're like, no, they were a good time. You know what I mean? Like, I
Are
don't
they
want to
just
miss.
discontinued? Like they're just gone?
I don't know. Like, what would it take to get one? Like, where can
I
you get
don't
one made?
know.
Like, I would like to try one.
Well, apparently you could get a whole bottle of ecstasy, so I don't know. Could it really be that hard to get?
Maybe. I don't know.
But yeah, I'm kind of a sissy. I'm a little scared of all
Me too.
that.
I'm too old now. Now I'm too afraid to try anything new. Like,
But
no.
But I would try the absinthe. That's okay with me.
Well, it's like all those that was another thing, right? So after what happens when you get divorced? You lose weight. Lost 100 pounds. What does everybody think I'm doing? They all think like I'm left with $90,000 of debt, 3 kids, 3 dogs, and 3 stores. I ain't got no money. I can't afford cocaine, fools.
3 dogs, 3 houses, 3 cars, and 3 kilos.
No, like my car got repoed. I couldn't afford no cocaine, bitch. Like what? No. You know what I'm saying? They took my minivan. I didn't have no money for cocaine. I wasn't eating. Okay, I was poor. Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying?
They took my minivan.
They took the minivan. I'm still bitter.
Make a sound bite out of that and best of.
Oh my God. But it was my fault. I always would be there I'm like nothing but cocaine and X-Lax until you lose weight.
I mean, listen, I make those jokes too, and then people take
they come back to bite you in the ass because people don't know, they think you're serious. And we have 1,000 hours of recorded footage, dude. I'm telling you, someday somebody's gonna be like, oh my God, did you hear what they said on Uncensored Radio's Guilty Pleasure in circa 2012? They're horrible people. Well, I'm apologizing now, okay? I was a younger person, different person, and I didn't mean it. So fuck off.
I'm not apologizing for any of it.
Oh my God, that went up my nose.
Not even to the NAFTA lady, Peggy F off.
Oh, yeah, fuck her. She got a ride shut down to teach kids to eat better. Fuck off. And then she said they're talking about she was 300 pounds, but she worked on a farm every day and she was just fat because she was built that way. I'm not bullshit. Mm-hmm. Bitch, I'm fat because I like to binge eat and I don't move.
That's fair.
Let's just be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Don't sit here and call bullshit stories.
I like cheese and champagne myself.
Dude, you can eat the shit out of some cheese. You always surprise the shit out of me because they know I could not. The amount of food that you eat in person is insane. I was like, God damn, she really does get down. When we went to the Bellagio, when we had dinner at the Bellagio that night, this bitch, I'm kidding. I'm like, oh my God, first off, I'm like panicking. I'm looking at the prices. And Joe's like, what? It's on that dude. It's on her friend. I'm like, I don't care. We don't know him. We don't know him like that. What are his shit bounces? We don't know him. Like, bitch, don't you. Look at that. That's only $25. You can get that, okay? Right? She gets the rack of lamb, the whole rack. She get this the fig flatbread, appetizer thing that was $45. You got so much food. There was what you had? You had some kind of seafood thing too, or something.
This was at Olives at Bellagio, overlooking the fountain.
Yeah. You had 4 or 5 different things.
Big ups to Brian. Thank you. It was a great night.
It sure was. And then we went. I couldn't believe we walked through the hotel. We went to a bar. We were at the bar for 10 minutes, and the tab was over $200. I'm like, yo, this is too much for me. You had a $75 glass of champagne. I'm like, we got to get the hell out of here. I'm like, listen, I'm waiting for security to come. I'm like, who is this dude? What is going? I'm like, I
Okay.
don't.
So I don't always order that way.
I
I order that way when it's free.
You're Joe's like dumbass.
Meaning,
The look on his face in that photo of like, I got a $75 glass of champagne.
okay. So if I'm paying the bill, I'll order that way. Or if it's a comp, I'll order that way.
Well,
If
yeah,
somebody else has to pay the bill, I won't order that way unless
right.
I'm mad.
Absolutely.
In which case they deserve it. But in this instance,
It was all
our
comps.
boss gambled millions and millions
Yeah.
and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And so the casino was comping all of it. So all of it was free and it was a free for all. And the boss was like, please use it all because I'm so busy gambling. I don't get to enjoy anything. And so we said, yes, we will. Thank you. Yep. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. So
I just was not ready.
it was
I
amazing.
couldn't comprehend.
I missed those days.
And then we got in a limo and we went, where did we go? What was it? The Mandarin? It was it was a club like on the top floor of some other hotel.
That might have been Mandalay Bay.
Maybe.
The Mandarin has a bar on the top, but they don't have like a club.
Well, it might not have been a club. I don't know. There was like butterflies or something on the wall. I don't know. In the bathrooms, I was like, oh, you could have orgies in here. Nobody would know because there were full rooms and they were very large. I was like, oh, I understand Vegas.
Wait, butterflies, that was probably at the Wynn.
No, it was like the Mandarin or something.
Well, there's
it wasn't like, it might not have been butterflies, but there was like a big art display, like when you got off the elevator, I think on the top floor. I don't really remember. I was pretty
at this point. I'd had how many expensive glasses of champagne?
Yeah, I didn't take. I was pretty far gone, and then there's pictures like, oh my god. I'm pretty sure in a box somewhere in the attic, there's actually the cloth paper towels that Joe like shoved down his pants to like get out of there because he couldn't believe that there was like essentially like cloth paper towels in the bathroom. And I'm like, you can't take those. That's embarrassing. He's like, and he's shoving them down his
Watch me, bitch.
He sure did. He sure did. There was a whole bunch of them. We had a set.
That's so funny.
I mean, that's kind of always my thing anyways. You know what I mean? Like, God forbid there was a cleaning cart left alone.
A wifey my best friend took me to a restaurant in Spain. And it was the nicest meal I've ever been to in my life. It was a 20-course meal. They had four Michelin stars, 20-course meal, and they grow everything on the property that they serve you. So it's all like super farm to table, crazy organic, delicious, phenomenal. In the bathroom, they had black scented toilet paper.
Really?
Yes, and we took one home. Black scented toilet paper.
Do you still have it?
I'm sure it's around here somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm sure it's in here. And they had the fancy cloth, everything, but they had matching really, really nice black Kleenex scented. How do you do that? It was so cool.
They just dyed it and put a scent on the essential oils or something.
But I mean, how much money did that cost?
Yeah, it's stupid.
For something you're gonna blow your nose on and throw away in 2 seconds.
Well, what if somebody's allergic? You know what I mean? You go and then you come out and you all of a sudden you're itching your hoo-ha. It's a thing, man. It could happen.
I don't know, but it was.
Your Pikachu's got a rash now.
Pikachu is itchy.
Yeah, it could be a little traumatic.
Yeah, it could. Or
but 20 courses, so they had to come out. There must have been tiny courses because there's
some of them were like just a spoon. Some of them were just a bite. At the beginning of the meal, they give you 2 options, and you get to choose the theme of your meal. One is in the air and one is in the sea. And then we
Ooh.
learned later, like, that means one of them is seafood.
Ugh.
But it was really freaking cool. It was the coolest presentation of any dessert I've ever had in my life. So they somehow wait, and there's only maybe 20 tables in the whole restaurant, but they somehow wait till everyone is ready for the 20th course. The entire restaurant is paused. Everyone is on the same course. So each table has their own waiter. So 20 tables, 20 servers. They shut off the lights and the music. It's dark and silent. And all of a sudden you hear this music box music, like when you're a kid, like a music box,
Yeah.
like I had a jewelry box as a kid with like a little ballerina, doo, 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 and it was like that.
Mhm.
Well, all of the music boxes light up, and then the lights slowly come up, and each server brings a music box to the table. They open it up, it lights up, and that is your final dessert, and it plays music and you eat it all at the same time, like a choreographed dance, every table at the restaurant at the same time with the music, with the same
You
dessert.
eat the
with same-
music box?
Yeah, it's made out of chocolate.
What the hell?
hmm
What kind of witchery is that?
I mean, the I don't know. You don't eat the little middle piece that makes the noise, but
Right.
it was the coolest damn thing I've ever seen. I've never seen an entire restaurant choreograph dessert.
No. Yeah,
And
that's
you could see it, you could hear it, you could smell it, you could taste it. It was cool. And
that's
it all
pretty
started
fancy.
with the scented black toilet paper. Who
I'm
knew?
not mad about it.
Yeah.
Kitty's Travels, kids. Kitty's Travels.
20 courses though. It was ridiculous.
Mm. Well, I mean, I want to go. I want to go.
Well, if we're
Someday.
ever in San Sebastian, I'll take you.
All right. Sounds like a plan. All right, Kitty. Well, we did it again. We're done. We finished.
All right. Well,
Made it through another show. All right, kids, make sure you go to uncensoradio.shop. Make sure you go to uncensoradio.live and subscribe if you're not watching us there. I mean, what are you doing with your life? Go and subscribe, please.
Right.
Come on. And then make sure you're following us on all the socials at live UCR because somebody else had uncensored radio, which is actually us. We just lost the password.
Oops.
My bad. So yeah, that's that, right?
Yes.
Anything else?
Yeah. Also, if you wanted to follow me, I wouldn't be mad at it. I'm at Katrina A. Johnson on all the things,
Yeah,
Check me
yeah.
out.
And I'd tell you to follow me personally, but I'm the one doing all the show stuff. So just follow me there because I don't pay any attention to my social media because I'm too busy being the person behind the show crap. So just, contact us there, kids. And if you're listening, come say hi to us on social media and let us know you're listening, especially if you're one of the people in Denmark or one of the other countries that listen. That's kind of neat that we have people from all over the place.
Yep.
So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Toodles.
Bye. It doesn't end. Why does it